then the only one left was his mother. And so when he made that comment that he was a girl like the mother, he was defensively detaching from the father and attaching to the mother. And so when I explained this to the father, he wanted to know, what can I do? And I said, you know what? Your son is 4 years old. I said, he's very impressionable. I said, but you have to be home at 5 o'clock. You know, you have to be home every day. I said, and you have to be in charge of, you know, helping him take his bath. You have to be in charge of giving him his food. You have to be in charge of doing fun playthings with him. You know, not things that you like to do, but things that would draw him into a masculine identity. And I said, they have to be things that are desirable to him. They have to be consistent. He's got to see that you're investing in his life, and that it's desirable to be a man or a boy, and that it's something that he's drawn to. I remember a quote that I read that Jesus doesn't drive. What he does is he draws. And I said, you have to be the same way with your son. And I said, this could take a long time. I said, to turn this around, I go, it may take years. Don't expect any immediate changes. And we prayed about it. And he was sincere. He really wanted to help his son. And that was it. I didn't hear from him again. But 6 months later, he called me on the phone. And he said, Mike, he said, I've been doing what you said. I'm home every night at 5 o'clock. I spend time with my son, and I realize that his personality is not as offensive as I thought. He said, I help him with his bath time. I put him to bed. And he said, and just last night, my son came up to me and he said, Dad, come on, let's hide from Mom because we're boys. That simple statement was letting him know that his son was being drawn to his father, and his identity was being restored. And how beautiful.